Today we'll be looking at a pen I'm very excited to review because I've never used this model, and I have used the brand and I'm very enthusiastic about pens by this brand. This pen was sent to me by the very kind people of the Pen Company, thepencompany.com in the UK, so very interesting for European shoppers. And it came in this little box, and you may recognize this box with a little hole there and the Pelikan logo. And this is, here's another one. My finger is stuck. Anyway, here is the box, the Pelikan, and out comes one of the few models I have not yet reviewed. I have reviewed the 400NN. I have reviewed the a vintage M400. I have reviewed the M400 tortoiseshell. I have reviewed the M800, the M1000. Have reviewed the M1005, although at the point I'm recording this, that review has to go up yet. And now, in this box, we have another model. But first, let's have a look at the box. There's some stuff in there. There is a little guarantee booklet. I think that's all that's on that side. Yes, it is. And then there is a little... these things are actually just spacers, but if you are creative like I am, you can always use them as chopsticks. And then we have this little booklet, Moments of Joy. Well, that's not too strange, because Pelikan pens have definitely given me moments of joy. I really like the brand. And then you have this fake leather thing with a fake wax seal and actual real elastic band. You open it up and out comes the M600. And it comes in, you know, what we penologists refer to as a plastic bag. Now if you take the plastic bag out, then you get the pen, and this is a very nice pen because this is the one with the red finish. I have seen the Pelikans with the green finish, with the blue finish. I don't own one of the blue finishes. I have seen the tortoiseshell finish, but I had never seen a red finish in real life yet, so I'm very excited. The M600 is, I would say, the mid-range size of the Pelikan range. You have the, oh, that's another one I reviewed, the M205. That's a small one. You have the M320, which is a super small one. That's a pocket pen, and from that point on they go upwards in size. So the M400 is definitely, for me, a fairly small one. You get the 600, the 800 is somewhat bigger, a really nice size. A lot of people love that. And the M1000 is their oversized pen. This is the Pelikan Souverän. Notice I say Souverän. I've tried to finally improve my pronunciation. And the M600. I'm going to cover the parts of the pen. I'll tell what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and I'll do a writing sample. Let's start at the finial. Of course, you have the Pelikan with its baby. So cute, yeah. Then we have the clip, shaped like a stylized pelican. You got the bill of the pelican and the eyes right up there. We have this nice shiny black cap. On the center band, it says Germany and Pelikan and Souverän. Nice double gold band. Now we have this very nice red finish. I really love it. I wish there was an M1000 like this because I would own it. And then there was the piston turning knob, because as with the other Souverän pens, this is a piston filled pen. You unscrew the cap. Someone recently pointed out to me that these caps always unscrew for him in his pocket. I personally haven't had that issue, but to be honest, I don't carry these pens in my pocket, so I don't know if that is a very common thing to happen. For me, that's never been an issue. You can post the pen. You get a very nice, decent size. I really like that size. The section is a little bit thin to my liking, but then again, I have fairly large hands, and I like the M800 and 1000 size. It's a nice shape, pleasant to hold. These threads, I don't find them sharp. They are nicely smoothed out a bit, and then you get the nice nib. This is a double broad, and it is actually a 14 karat gold nib, and it's a nice two-tone. Now we have the feed, and that's pretty much it. The material, I'm just checking the translucency. I have inked it up completely, but I'm fairly certain that, as with the green and the tortoise shell finishes, those black lines you see are actually translucent, so you can actually see through. You can see the ink level of your pen if you hold it up to the light like this and actually have a look at it. Very nice feature in a piston filler. because I've used quite a couple of piston fillers without an ink window, and then you have no idea of how much ink you have left, which can be a problem if you're leaving for a meeting or something. The nib, gold, 14 karat, wonderful two-tone, very smooth. It's a double broad, and I've understood from the pen company that Pelikan is actually reducing the amount of exceptional nibs that they are turning out. So the double broads, the obliques, etc., are somewhat disappearing, harder to get hold of, and Pelikan is focusing more and more on fines and mediums. I suppose those are the most popular nibs, but for me, you know me, a broad or a double broad any day of the week. Okay, what do I like about the pen? What do I not like about the pen? Well, let's start with things I like. I love the looks, I love the red, I love the size. Yes, I prefer my M1000, yes, I prefer my M800, but if you don't want to carry a very bulky pen, for example in a shirt pocket, an M1000 can look really imposing. I think this is a very nice size. Also, when posting, you actually get a very decent pen, but decently sized pen, but even unposted, I can still use it comfortably. Something that is much harder for me with an M400 and pretty much impossible with an M205 or M200. So that's a very good thing. I love the nib. I hadn't used it for a day and a half, 2 days. I uncapped it, put it to the paper, it wrote straight away. No skipping, no skidding, nothing. It just writes beautifully. I like that. I love the overall model. I love the clip. I think the Pelikan pens are very, very classy, especially the Souverän range. Sorry. So I really enjoy that. Very, very nice. Things I don't like about it. Well, I really love this pen. One thing I will say is that when you post it, you don't post the cap very deeply. And clearly, with a smaller pen, that can be a good thing because it really extends the length of the pen. But for me, I think it could post a little bit deeper because now it sticks out quite a bit. This is really, really a minor gripe, and for me, it's not a deal breaker whatsoever. They're not the cheapest of pens, so you really have to think about whether or not you find the pen worth the price. But I think they're not terribly expensive considering the very high quality of pen and nib that you get. Don't forget it is a 14 karat gold nib. Don't forget you are getting a piston filled system. You don't have the hassle of cartridges or converters that may become dislodged or whatever. It's a self-contained unit that will ink up and write always. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is take a couple of measurements. Capped, I get 133 millimeters. Uncapped, I get 124 millimeters, and I think posted it's just not going to fit. Oh wait, it may just fit in my calipers. Here we got 156 millimeters. Section diameter at the narrowest point I have 10 millimeters, and at the widest point a little under 11 millimeters. Okay, as to the weight, 20 grams exactly inked up. So that's not the heaviest of pens, but it's definitely not extremely light either. You will feel that you're holding this pen. I think that's it. Again, thanks a lot to the pen company for sending me this pen. I've really been looking to try out this one for a long time. I'm very glad I can add this to the review series. One thing I will also do in the future is give you a shootout ranging from 200, M200, 400, 600, 800, 1000. I think it will be very interesting for people to see all the pens, the different sizes, and what you get and how that works. If you're interested in that, let me know. Then I can try to expedite the process of recording that video. Guys, we need to see how this works. We'll see how it writes. That's what we're going to do next. I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye. Okay, here we go with the Pelikan. Souverän M600 in double broad And the ink is Edelstein, so that's a Pelikan brand. Garnet, one of their inks of the year. And I thought that the red would match the barrel nicely. Okay, let's do a bit of writing. Good, nice flow, just like I'm used of Pelikan. I have not really had any issues with Baby's bottom here, so over polishing of the nib. Right now I'm using with absolutely no pressure, so just letting the nib touch the paper very lightly, and as you can see, even with no pressure, the pen writes. And with Baby's bottom you'd really have to push down a bit to make it write. So that's very nice. Now let's do some fast writing. And you can see that there was, I just covered it, but there was a little bit of a skip there and a minor skip there. But that is with really fast writing. And all I think it's a very good performance. Now when it comes to wetness, no complaints about this pen because it's definitely a wet writer. Line variation, the Pelikan Souverän nibs, the gold ones, are known to be a bit springy. So let's put that to the test. It's skipping because I'm trying to apply as little pressure as I can. Then we get a bit more, and then I just increase the pressure. And as you can see, that allows quite some line variation. Very, very nice. I really enjoyed this pen, and I thank the pen company for sending me this pen. Check out the website, especially if you're in Europe. It's a nice pen seller. Guys, I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye.